Rory, good morning to you.
Good morning.
Gee, it's all getting pretty willing, isn't it, in the national security space? We've got the Prime Minister accusing Anthony Albanese of trying to appease China. We've got the Defence Minister, Peter Dutton, saying quite bluntly that Anthony Albanese is China's favourite candidate to win the Prime Ministership. What do you make of this, and what impact will it have on our international relations?
Look, my starting point for all of this is to note that over the past 5 years, indeed over the past 10 years, over several changes of government, or at least several changes of Prime Minister, we've had some big achievements on national security in this country, and we've actually built up a really strong architecture of national security, agencies, legislation, international agreements like the Quad and AUKUS, and big commitments to defence capabilities. So, there's a lot to be proud of wherever you sit on the political spectrum, in my view. But I do believe there's a risk with this deep politicisation of national security in the lead up to the election of putting some of those gains at risk. Because when you think about it, if you are the United States or Britain or India or Japan, these key partners and allies that we need for the big 20, 30-year ambitions of AUKUS or the Quad, what are you going to make of it when the government is saying, on the one hand, this is a forever friendship, you can invest in Australia with your best technology for years and decades to come, but by the way, if there's a change of government, you can't trust us. I think it is becoming quite untenable.
Labor supports AUKUS, right? Anthony Albanese was very quick off the mark to support that arrangement. It supports other key prongs of our national security policy. So you're making this point. I noticed Dennis Richardson, a highly respected former head of Asia, former boss of DFAT, is making a similar point. Why is the government continuing, in your view, to go down this path?
Look, the politics of this are pretty obvious, and both in a polling and a partisan sense, and also I think the way in which some key ministers are really invested in the national security agenda, but invested in differentiating the government as much as possible from the opposition on national security. Now, I'm not a specialist in other areas of policy, and it's pretty easy to speculate that it's getting very difficult to nail the opposition on just about anything else. But that's for other commentators to delve into. The concern I have is that a lot of the gains that have been made, both through bipartisanship and through the government's own very clear-eyed national security commitment over the past 5 years, could be somewhat put at risk, and we can't afford as a nation to lose a moment in building really a bipartisan agenda on national security, because it is an incredibly contested world, either on the brink of war in Europe or in a long-term strategic struggle with China in the Indo-Pacific.
It's getting increasingly volatile, that's for sure. Rory Medcalf, really appreciate your insights this morning. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.